हेलो दोस्त। आज हम लोग असिस्टेंट फोरमैन एनसीएल का कोल इंडिया का क्वेश्चन देखने वाले हैं इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग का। चलिए देखते हैं। सेक्शन 1 में है, इलेक्ट्रिकल है। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 बोलता है, इन द वोल्टेज ऑपरेटेड अर्थ लीकेज सर्किट ब्रेकर द ट्रिप कॉइल इज इलेक्ट्रिकली कनेक्टेड बिटवीन द which two specific point in the system। कह रहा है कि वोल्टेज ऑपरेटेड अर्थ लीकेज सर्किट ब्रेकर ट्रिप कॉइल की ट्रिप कॉइल इज डायरेक्टली इज इलेक्ट्रिकली कनेक्टेड बिटवीन द which two specific point in the system। द इक्विपमेंट फ्रेम एंड अर्थ इलेक्ट्रोड। इक्विपमेंट फ्रेम ऑप्शन 4, इक्विपमेंट फ्रेम और एंड अर्थ इलेक्ट्रोड के बीच। क्वेश्चन नंबर दूसरा देखते हैं। Why does not AC voltmeter connected at the output side of full wave rectifier? फुल वेव रेक्टिफायर में आउटपुट साइड में क्यों नहीं लगे एसी वोल्टेज लगाते हैं डिस्प्ले द एक्चुअल आरएमएस ऑफ द एसी वोल्टेज। नोट फॉर द दिस क्वेश्चन discrimination is found। क्वेश्चन आंसर फुल मार्क इज बीइंग awarded to all candidates। क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 देखते हैं। अकॉर्डिंग टू द सेंट्रल इलेक्ट्रिसिटी अथॉरिटी रेगुलेशन 2010 द इंस्टॉलेशन एंड टेस्टिंग ऑफ द स्विच गियर एंड कंट्रोल गियर बिलो द 1000 वोल्ट शुड बी कंफर्म टू रीच आईएस स्टैंडर्ड। द आईएस स्टैंडर्ड 10 118 10 118 10 118 आईएस 10 118 ऑप्शन तीसरा 10 118 ऑप्शन तीसरा। During the during the starting phase of a spring ring induction motor, why are external resistance introduced into the rotor circuit? To increase the starting torque. To increase the starting torque. To increase the starting torque. Halogen lamp are less energy efficient lamp than LED lamp because halogen lamp are less energy efficient than LED lamp because they emit a high amount of heat along with light lead lead to greater energy consumption lead to greater energy consumption। halogen lamp क्या करता है? They emit a high amount of heat along with light emit leading to great energy consumption। Question number 5 6 in a large wind power plant incorrect selection of greases for main shaft bearing may result in तो improve the aerodynamic efficiency of rotor के लगाते हैं और significant increase in the turbine cut in speed और noticeable reduction in the tower shadow effect यूज करते हैं। किसमें नहीं यूज करते हैं? तो ग्रीस का किसमें यूज नहीं करते? इनक्लूड लुब्रिकेशन एंड पेरिमेट्रेशन बीरिंग फेलवर। इक्विवेलेंट सर्किट ऑफ ट्रांसफार्मर refer to the equivalent circuit to transformer refer to the electrical model representation internal losses and voltage drop। electrical model representing internal losses and voltage drop। Equivalent circuit of the transformer refer to the electrical model representation internal losses and voltage drop। In direct drive fan, the fan blade is attached directly to the motor shaft। In a direct drive fan, the fan blade is attached directly to the motor shaft। तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 9 है, why is the absence of controlling torque not a major issue in the electrostatic voltmeter? तो इसका आंसर नोट फॉर डिस्क्रिप्शन डिस्क्रिप्शन से फाउंड इन तो ये कैंसिल कर दिया जाएगा इसको। क्वेश्चन नंबर 10, in the winding diagram of three phase alternator the phase difference between the each phasing winding is 120 degree electrical 120 degree electrical. In the winding diagram of three phase alternator the phase difference between the each phase winding is 120 degree electrical. What is the primary reason for using the pulse width modulation in microcontroller based AC/DC motor drive? What is the primary reason for using pulse width modulation in the microcontroller based AC/DC motor drive? It allows precise control of motor speed and torque. It allows precise control of motor speed and torque. Which of the following factor increase the severity of the corona effect in the EE extra high voltage AC transmission line? तो हाई ह्यूमिडिटी कारण और स्मॉल कंडक्टर साइज के कारण दोनों कारण होता है, ठीक है ना। If the three phase induction motor frequently trip due to the excessive temperature rise, if the three-phase induction motor frequently trip due to the excessive temperature rise, which maintenance steps should be prioritized to resolve the issue? The cleaning the block, blocking air vents, cleaning the blocking air vents. 14. What is the what is the maximum permissible load on the single lightning circuit in domestic wiring as per national building code? The 800 watt 800 single lightning circuit 800 watt. When the solving the AC parallel circuit using the vector method, what is the correct approach to combine branch current? Add the branch current using vector addition consider both magnitude and phase angle. Adding the branch current using the vector addition consider both magnitude and phase angle. When designing an interior lighting scheme for horticulture application, which factor is most critical to ensure healthy plant development? The spectrum's quality and intensity of light provided. Which is the common application of nitrogen as the gaseous insulating material? The switchgear. Gas insulated switchgear. In high frequency capacitive thickness measurement system, the AC excitation is preferred because it prevent prevent electrode transition during the operation. In high frequency capacitive thickness measurement system, the AC excitation is preferred because it prevent electrode polarization of operation during. As per the National Building Code of India (NBC), where should the main switchgear be located in building at the accessible interior location. At accessible entry location. What is the fundamental difference between the output of the primary transducer and the secondary transducer in the instrumentational system? The primary output is mechanical and secondary output is electrical. Primary output is mechanical or secondary output is electrical. In a standalone solar photovoltaic system, each component combination ensure the un, uninterrupted power supply during the period of low or no solar generation. The battery storage. A photographer want to minimize the shadow formation and visual in illumination across the subject in the interior setting, which a specific purpose lamp and lighting arrangement should be recommended using the different diffuse light from the LED panel. Higher content of silicon and steel core of transformer is to increase the resistivity of core. 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 Overcurrent overcurrent protection is generally not used as the primary protection for the alternator. True. Protection is generally not used as the primary protection for the alternator. Alternator have the large short circuit current that can sustain it for long duration without damage. R color. A truth R color. What does the luminous flux represent? Luminous flux, the total light energy emitted per second by the source in which of the following statement is false about a two parallel current carrying conductor? The two parallel current carrying conductor attract each other when the current is opposite direction. When current is opposite direction. In flat in flat plate solar water heater. In flat plate solar water heater, what is the main purpose of applying the selective coating on the observer plate to maximize absorption and reduction radiation. To maximize absorption and reduction. What which of the following which of primary necessary of HVDC transmission over the long distance. Reduction reduce corona and radio interference losses. Reduce corona and radio interference losses. According to the section 410, what is employer required to do for employees working on the around communication or electricity supply government? Inform them of the safety rules and government their conduct. What is the total impedance of the series resistance capacitor circuit is changed when the frequency of the alternating current should the source is increased, the impedance decrease. What a specific winding halt is most effective determined by grower test. The inter turn short circuit. What is the benefit of increasing the speed of the protective relay? To allow for fast fault detection in isolation. To allow for fast fault detection in isolation. What happens inside a HRC fuse when the fault current flow? Okay, what is the happen inside the HRC fuse when fault current flow? The fuse element melt and arc for which are caused by healing. Oh. Doubly faded induction generator. Doubly fed induction generator used for variable speed control generator. Have a stator connected to external supply, rotor connected to external AC supply. How does the use of extra high voltage AC HV extra high voltage transmission line contribute to reduce the environmental impact of the power generation? It decreases the power loss, thus reducing. Which gas is a major component of biogas produced in the anaerobic digestion the method. A synchronous motor is operating with the constant field excitation when the mechanical load on the motor is increasing. What will be the immediately effect on the motor operation? The motor will initially slow down slightly, causing the torque angle to increase. Relation between mu, absolute probability mu, and relative to mu bar. The mu r into mu naught. When applied watt per square meter method for illumination design, which factor is primarily used to determine the total wattage required for given space? Area of the space. During the maintenance require repair of the steel wind turbine tower, which atmospheric parameter must be carefully monitored to ensure proper adhesive of the productive coating. The dew point temperature and adhesive. For accurate temperature measurement using the radiation barometer, which condition must be satisfied by the target object. Target must be competitive in view area. What does the why does the field failure in the asynchronous generator primarily refer to loss of desiccation supply to the rotor in the winding? Methanol or ethanol used as a biofuel are primarily produced through fermentation of grains, corn grains. What are the primary advantage of using cattle over the nichrome in heating applications? Cattle can withstand higher temperature. Cattle can withstand higher temperature. Which liquid must be used to top up electrolyte level in the loaded lead acid solar battery? The distilled water. What is the function of a heliostat in the power tower system? To track and reflect sunlight onto the central receiver. In the pole mounted distribution transformer, what is the primary purpose of solidly earthing in the secondary neutral connector? to maintain a proper system voltage balance to provide the effective fault current path. What is the characteristics of double XY cage motor compared to the standard XY cage motor? They have a higher starting torque and target. How should how should the emitter be connected in electrical circuit to measure current correctly? Using low resistance coil in series with the load. Which of the following best description of the relation between the torque and thrust in the wind turbine? The torque resulted from circumference force causing rotation. Thrust is axial force acting on the wind steams. Which of the following best definition define the contingency cost of project budget? The fund rewards for earning. Before the starting any work, what should be person in charge of obtain from the permissible issue of the permit to work. Anerometer measure the wind speed to the determine the turbine cut in or cut out operation. The wind speed data है ना why are the salient pole rotary typically used in hydro power plant rather than the salient pole rotor are suitable for low speed operation in typically high rotor current. Santawan. Which factor is essential to include in the point to point method for accurate elimination calculation on the horizontal surface from single length angle of incident. Which two types of protective dose standard MCB provide overload and short circuit overload and short circuit. How is deflecting torque produced in PMC? By interaction of the permanent magnet and magnetic coil carrying them. A short transmission line है sending in voltage इतना और receiving in voltage इतना. What is voltage regulation? Which condition most commonly result in the single phase of three phase induction motor? The blower of fuse in the one supply phase. Which is the most commonly result in a single phase use of three phase induction motor? The blowing of fuse in the one phase. What is the consequence of the of not adhering of rule 10 of Indian tool? In the three-phase synchronous motor, the torque developed at the instantaneous when the rated voltage is applied to the stator while rotor is starting stationary is known as the starting torque. Compared to a compared to a split phase induction motor, how does the capacitor run motor achieve better running performance? By maintaining an optimal phase angle between the windings. What is the unit of magnetic field? Magnetic field. V2 is circular current carrying conductor. Tesla. Unit of magnetic field Tesla. Unit of how does higher discharge current affect the high usual capacity of battery? Decreasing the capacity of due to the internal loss. What is the unit of battery capacity? The amperes hour. Battery capacity amperes hour.